Yeah, this is.
What's up, YouTube? Natsman72 coming at you from the hashtag Dirty South. Doing a little different perspective tonight. Going to do the old kind of fireside chats that President Franklin Roosevelt used to have back during the Depression, upscaled to the recliner edition. First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody that in the community that's reached out to me on the passing of my mom, and all the thoughts and prayers and shout outs and whatnot. Really appreciate it. Tonight's guest was supposed to be collecting on a budget. So he may jump on here, not really sure, but we were a go, so I'm not sure what happened. So hopefully everything's all right. So we're going to shoot from the hip tonight. We can discuss whenever y'all want to discuss. You know, we were going to discuss collecting and on a budget in today's environment. So we can start with that. See, somebody's watching. If you got something you want to throw out there, throw it out there. I think the problem with the hobby, and I guess they didn't want to stay because they left. No, you got two different type of folks or venues in the hobby. The investors, the Gary V's, Sportscard Investor Group guys, Filmington followers, those types of guys that are in it for an investment, whether it's for high-end stuff, low-end stuff, flipping. That's all they're doing is flipping. The other venue is the collector. Now, within that collection group, you can have guys that flip. I flip, but not on a scale like that. So you can have a mix, but that's your two venues. What's happened is that there's new money. There's new money in the hobby. Baseball. We're talking baseball. Because the basketball products have been swept up and priced out that folks can't get, whether it's on retail, on your secondary markets on eBay, or at your Steel City, whoever you use, you're priced out. I know that I'd purchased 2020 Topps case of hobby loan, not jumbo, just regular hobby, 2020 Topps Series 1, and it was $900, and that was for a case. And that was pre-ordered. Series 2 comes out, and it's already several $100s more than Series 1. And Series 2 flagships, typically in baseball, do not have better rookie cards. It's a lesser value on it. Let's see.
Hey,
we got Will. We're live, brother.
We're live. Oh, damn. Okay.
All right. I'm sorry.
My bad, dude.
Oh, you're good. You're good, brother. Hey, everybody. We got Will on here. He's got on here, and it's let y'all know who this guy is. I've been watching his channel. Really enjoy his content. It's collecting on a budget.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, he's taken us out, what we were just talking about, going out to retail, trying to find stuff and collecting in the hobby, whether it's basketball, football, baseball. This guy's covering it and letting people know these are the values that you can get that may or may not be in the store. And then when he's able to find stuff, he's sharing it.
Yeah.
So, Will, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you just jumped on here. I apologize.
No, it's all good, dude. I'm sorry for being late, man.
Oh, you're good, brother.
I'm old school, man. I used to collect back in the day. I started collecting, like a lot of people, it seems like people that used to collect back in the 90s. I started collecting in like 93 or 94. And then collected into the early 2000s and just stopped. You know, like I kind of felt like I was getting too old for it. And the junk wax era kind of, the bubble pop things exploded, and then I just kind of got out of it. And then recently started getting back into it a little bit over a year ago. So this is still kind of new to me. I'm still learning, but I'm old school, man. I don't want to spend a lot of money, you know. Like I just
And it's hard now.
yeah. And so I started realizing, like, I started Instagram, and I started realizing everyone was kind of showing off and like flexing how much they're spending and showing their big cards, and I was like, man, like, I'm not into that. I just want to I want to do this for fun, you know. Like, I want to just share fun stuff and kind of do this thing on a budget and make it realistic for myself. So that's why I started collecting on a budget. And I've noticed a lot of people are definitely relating with this and kind of what I've started. So it's really taken off because of that, you know?
Yep. And you can tell that and I was just saying that to me, there's two groups that's moved into baseball. A baseball guy. I've dabbled a little bit with basketball with Kobe White, just because he's Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
So I've got that connection. I'm in North Carolina. I'm a big Tar Heels fan.
Okay.
So it's like, to me, you've got your like Gary V wannabe guys, sports card investor guys, you know, guys that are looking for the next hit, don't want to miss out. And then the other group is you got your collectors, and within that collector, you got guys that flip, of course. There's nothing wrong with that on either side. But everybody can't, they haven't been able to get their hands on basketball. They can't get their hands on soccer. They can't get their hands on basketball. And I watched your latest video this week, and you nailed it. Is that it's an easy transition because there's good deals on baseball when you can find it.
Yep.
And you were sharing some of the products you found, even on clearance. People don't realize you go to Walmart, you got to look.
Yeah.
And
it comes down to like just as a collector, at some point it doesn't really matter what you're collecting. You know what I mean? Like, you just want to get out there, open some packs, and find some stuff, and do your research and learn about it. So that's super exciting for me to kind of enter the baseball world, and like, it's new, it's fresh. I still have a lot to learn, but it's accessible, you know?
Yeah. And with your video, I made sure I wore this tonight.
There you go.
We call him Lou Bob.
Hell yeah.
We call him Lou Bob down here in North Carolina. He played down here in Charlotte in Kannapolis.
Did he really? I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So before he made it up to the majors.
We like
Lou Bob all country.
That's dope. But yeah, like, it's interesting to see like a lot of people are doing kind of what I'm doing, and they're just shifting over to baseball just for the excitement of it. You know what I mean? And a lot of like cool, young, exciting rookies are starting to pop up. And so there's a lot of energy around baseball for sure right now.
What's your favorite product in baseball?
It's Topps Chrome for sure. I had never opened anything Topps Chrome. I had been all Panini, and I got my hands on some Topps Chrome, and I'm like, this stuff is nice, man. I would say it's like the equivalent to Prism basketball, you know? Like, I would say it's kind of that top tier retail product that's still accessible. It's not, if you can find it at retail, it's not reasonably priced. But if you hit something big, man, you're doing all right, you know?
Well, and that's interesting. Step Back Sportscards was on here a minute ago, and me talked, and him and another guy, was it Ohio? Let's see, Northeast Ohio Sports Card channel. We talked, and they both made that same comparison with Chrome, and it's like the basketball guys are used to the shine. You want shiny, in basketball. Baseball, not really.
I noticed that.
Your paper-based flagship rookie card is the standard.
Yeah.
Thing after that is a lesser considered rookie card. But Chrome, like for Lewis Robert, is outselling his paper.
Yeah. True
flagship card. And it's like yourself, guys, that likes basketball, it's shiny. So that's good to hear that, you know.
Yeah.
That
that was something that I had to learn because I did not understand that. Like I didn't understand how the just regular Topps base was outselling other cards, and I was like, wait, what? Like what's going on? How's this happening? But that's just how it is in baseball. So that's what's been really fun for me is just learning a whole new aspect to the industry and like learning to appreciate just a basic, simple rookie. Like this is the first rookie card out. You know what I mean?
And step back on here. Yeah, Fernando Tatis, Juan Soto,
Yeah.
and Acuna. And I'm going to even throw Lou Bob in there as with the way he's producing and his sales in the hobby has saved the hobby this year.
It's interesting. It's bringing a lot of new people in, right? Because they're exciting young players, similar to what Zion and Luka, probably more Luka, but Zion and Luka have done for basketball. Like they've brought people who probably weren't even interested in cards, and now people are thinking, like, oh, this dude's the next big thing. I got to get his rookie card. You know what I mean? So they're bringing, whether it's investors or just old school collectors or people who haven't bought cards in a while, now people are like, I got to get in and I got to get this like ASAP.
Well, and your whole thing is collecting on a budget. Yeah. How do you collect on a budget? What's your budget? What makes it collecting on a budget for you?
My budget's flexible. It depends on how I'm feeling that day. But I try not to. I think, like a lot of people, I want this to be fun. And I think when you start spending big money, you start putting a lot of pressure on yourself, right? So you're like, oh, I spent $300 on this hobby box. I have to get something, or I have to. You start putting like unnecessary pressure. So I just, whatever feels comfortable for me, that's kind of my budget. You know what I mean? I just want this to be fun. I want it to be enjoyable, and I don't want to step outside of what's comfortable for me. It really is like my budget, you know?
Okay. What would be your advice to somebody crossing over from, because it seems like all the rules are being broken.
Yeah.
With baseball.
Yeah.
What's the best advice from somebody coming over from another sports hobby wanting to jump into baseball?
Yeah, I think what I did and what I think everyone should do, and whether, even if you're just getting into sports cards, is like do your homework, man. Like really take some time to study, watch some games, watch some highlights, and learn the sport before you try to jump into the hobby. I think that's what a lot of people do is they try to jump into the hobby and they don't understand the sport. I'm kind of trying to learn soccer right now, and I'm just slowly taking my time and just working my way into it, because the worst mistake you can do is invest in a player who like is just irrelevant and you don't know it. You know what I mean? So I would say do your homework, do your research, watch some games, watch some highlights, watch some people like you who have that knowledge, and try to soak up as much knowledge as possible.
Well, thank you. I'm learning on this modern stuff. I've only been back in the hobby for the modern for about a year, and the rules have changed. There wasn't grading, there wasn't slabs when I was collecting,
right?
And got back into it, and that seems like that's the thing. But now with all the issues that the slab companies have, PSA, Beckett, GMA is now starting to have some issues. They're saying that raw cards are actually coming back. As a sale. What do you buy slab? What's your opinion on slabs and raw?
I personally have never graded a card, and I've never sent any cards out to be graded. I have bought graded cards and sold them for more down the road. For me, it's just, I don't know. I think it's a solid investment if you're looking to spend money, but I've been able to sell raw cards super easy, man. It's just it's an easier, quicker process. A lot of times I don't sell cards to make a living or to make money. I'm really just trying to get enough to buy more cards. You know what I mean? Like just enough to get the habit. And you can make that work with raw cards. You don't have to go get graded. You can, make $10, $15 per card, and that's enough to just keep what you got going on.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people. And I'd like to get your take on this. In the basketball and soccer, Panini is the brand. They're the license. They're it. But Major League Baseball, they lost that license with MLB, and they keep saying it's unlicensed. it's not unlicensed. It's unlicensed MLB,
Yeah.
but it's still licensed with the Players Union.
Yeah.
And I think it still has a draw. I think those cards, I've been seeing the last couple of weeks. I just sold a Fernando Tatis red auto card that was an elite card. I couldn't give it away 6 months ago. Sold it raw for $130.
Wow.
And it's unlicensed.
Yeah.
I mean, I think all these rules are being broken.
Yeah. I think that's when you talk about like cards back in the day as opposed to cards now. It used to be like Beckett controlled the market, right? Like whatever Beckett said in the Beckett was like that's what it is. That's how much this card is worth. And now really like the eBay market controls value, you know? And if you have a card that someone's willing to pay for, you're good. You know what I mean? Like, and so if you're able to put it up on eBay and sell it, then there's value there. So I think a lot of those, I know people keep telling me like, don't buy the Prism, don't buy Optic and all that stuff. But like, I'm looking at some of these cards selling for money on eBay. Why not?
Yeah. They're selling that Optic. It's selling. You can't deny it. I mean, and like what we were saying, you know, you're doing $5, $10. You do a lot. You sell a lot of 5 cards, $20. How much did you just pay for? You know, how much would the pack of cards out of that box be? You just paid for a box of cards. You may have pulled a card you wanted.
Yeah, I think that's kind of been my niche is just finding those cheap cards, flipping them for a little bit more, and just leveling up. And hopefully, I'll be able to just level myself up to where I'll buy hobby boxes, and you know, my budget is increased. We'll see.
And that's what I've done. I'll buy a card. I'll buy a set. You know, because I'm looking for a card, and anything extra I pull, it's not my PC. I'm selling.
Yep.
You know, or I may hold it. You know, and see what the prices do. But yeah, is there anybody in particular you PC in basketball and baseball, or what hobbies? Your soccer? You said you're in soccer.
Yeah, I picked one guy in soccer. His name is Tammy Abraham. I don't know why. I just picked that guy. He's a young player from, I think he plays for Manchester United. I picked that dude. That's going to be my guy moving forward until I learn more. But I'm just like a fan of second teams. And in baseball, like if it's worth something, I'm probably gonna sell it. Honestly.
How many subscribers you've got going on now?
I have 630. Last time I checked, 629, 630 on.
And then when you started, how long have you been on YouTube? When did you see the change? When did you see stuff go up?
5 months. So I started out kind of slow. I was a little uncomfortable about it. But as I started posting more, I try to post almost every single day now. And that's really been helping me grow my subscribership. So it's hard, man. I didn't like watching myself. I didn't like hearing my own voice. But I just suffered through it in the beginning, and now it's starting to pick up, you know.
I'm gonna tell you, I really enjoyed the ones where you went to the different Walmarts the other week.
Yes,
those.
That's been for sure my niche. Like, I'm willing to put myself on the camera and walk into the store and show you what's on the store, because that's the information that people are really looking for right now. It's like, how the hell do I get these cards, dude? And it's something that I struggle with. But I kind of figured out how to find it. So I'm trying to share as much information and help other people find that stuff. Yeah.
How often do you dig? How often do you dig behind the boxes, get down, you know, because I see it where people hide stuff.
Yeah. I that used to work back in the day, but now if it's empty, somebody probably already did that. You know what I mean? But yeah, back in the day, I used to like, you know, I know there's some behind here somewhere, dude. I know it. I know people are hiding stuff. But now,
and I know with this Chrome, man, it's crazy because, you know, January, February, 1st of March, you could still find 2019 Chrome on the shelves. And I mean, I remember one day I went to Walmart with my wife and I've got a separate cart, and I said, I'm loading up. I can't believe, people not buying it. And I didn't sit on it. I opened it all. But do you ever are you buying any product that you're just sitting on? Not a lot of, let's say a box. Like I'll buy a box, I'll open a box, something like that. Do you do anything like that?
I don't, just because of the YouTube channel. I try to I'm trying to make as many videos as possible. So I'm opening pretty much everything. I have some stuff right now that I'm just waiting to open for a video, but pretty much everything is going up. I'll show you what I found today. Hold on 1 second. I found super random. I went to Walmart and there was 2 packs of cards. I got 2019 Top Series 1. And this was really random. 2015.
Wow. You better go buy a lottery ticket.
I don't know who's in 2015. I don't know if there's any big rookies, but that was just random, man. There were those 2 packs and then wrestling cards. So I was like, all right, well, I'll grab these and see what's in them. So more videos to come for sure.
I think the only luck I've had with Chrome this year was the day that it officially came out. I got 4 value packs. That's all that was left. I took all 4 and I pulled a pink Lewis Robert card out of it, and that's all I've been able to get. But I did pull that out of a value pack.
Blue Bob, yeah, I don't have any Blue Bob Topps Chrome yet, man. I'm open to
and this guy right here bought the PSA guy. He's got great content, especially if you like football. Spot on guy content. Really well known in the hobby, really well respected. So he's just a 49er fan, though. But, yeah, and do you stick just to retail, or do you, on some of your stuff, are you getting eBay, or Facebook? I'll be honest, I've had to buy that stuff in on Chrome, but I'm having to buy it from eBay just to get it.
You know what's been really good for me, and I've been lucky, is like, because I've been sharing so much on YouTube and Instagram, there's a lot of people here in the area that are giving me cards. Like, it's really crazy. Like, people are, because I'm letting people know I'm out searching, looking for stuff, and when people are finding stuff, they're letting me know, like, hey, I found this over here. Like, do you want some? And so that's been like money for me. But, I've been doing my best to avoid resale prices of anything. I'm trying to pay retail for as much as I possibly can.
What state are you in?
I'm in Sacramento, California.
Okay. Now, I know I've listened to some other channels, and I think out in California and in Missouri, in certain areas of California and Missouri in the Midwest, like gas stations have baseball cards. Have you seen any of that in Sacramento area?
I wish, dude. I haven't. That's funny because I remember back in the day, you could get sports cards anywhere. Like, they would be on the counter or almost at the store.
And the local card shops have been decimated over the years. They're so few and far between. And now, if you want to start a local card shop to get a distributor, you have to have a mortar and brick store with, you got to show your investment, your sales, and all this. I mean, it's like getting a franchise from McDonald's or Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I know it's really hard for them to get the hobby boxes or even get retail, so it's a struggle. And I think that's part of why we're seeing a lot of shelves get cleared, because a lot of those guys are just going, grabbing stuff off the shelf at Walmart and throwing it up in their shops, which is
Your audio's been gone, but it's gotten worse now. Your audio's starting to go out a little bit. Yeah, if you can hear me.
You're kind of doing the same on me, but I can try.
That's good. Well,
let me see. Is that better?
Yes.
Oh, damn. All right. I'll just keep my hand right here. Like an old TV, man. That antenna.
Oh, Lord. But, man, and then what advice would you have for somebody starting a YouTube channel?
Um, yeah, it's a lot of work, but I would say just start shooting, man. Just start shooting and sharing, and find a niche. Really, I think a lot of people try to do the same thing that everybody else is doing, which is cool. You can grow, but if you really want to grow quickly, find something that you do different. So whether you have a personality trait or you're collecting something, or find something that helps you stand out from the crowd. Otherwise, you'll get lost in the thousands of people who are starting YouTube channels now.
And just to shift into a different topic, I'm curious with everything that's happened with basketball in the last 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah.
There was the potential that the bubble was going to pop in the hop.
Yeah, it
You
was looking.
think it still may happen, or you think they're past that and people are still going to buy? They're not going to do knee-jerk reactions.
I don't know, man. It's hard for me to imagine things continuing to grow. But at the same time, it just keeps growing. I think there's a ceiling, though. Honestly, I think we're getting close to some sort of ceiling. I think prices are getting to the point where the kind of everyday common collector is starting to get priced out of things, and they're not able to find the cards. And I think when people get to that point, they're going to lose interest. So that's what I'm a little worried about. Like people who are like, I get this message a lot on Instagram. Hey man, I'm just getting into sports cards. I want to find some stuff. What should I do? And I honestly don't know what to tell them. Like you can't go on eBay and buy cards. You can't go to the store and find cards. You can try to buy individual cards on eBay, but most everything is overpriced. Like, so it's scary to think like we're almost cutting off the new people who are coming in. And when you cut off that supply of new people that are coming in, the demand is going to start to dip. And, we will see, man. I'm a little concerned about it, but I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Well, and you make an interesting point. It's kind of like which came first, the chicken or the egg? When it comes to breaking wax, did the card come first, or did the box come first? Because I've heard arguments on both sides that sound legitimate arguments.
Yeah.
Buy the wax, don't break it. Just buy the cards you want. Let somebody else break it. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I enjoy opening cards, and it's for a while I stopped doing it because it was too expensive. But I realized like that's what I really enjoy doing. I enjoy the excitement. It's kind of like gambling, like taking that risk, busting open a pack and seeing what you get. But if you're probably of sound mind, yeah, don't do that. Like you can resell those for more. You can find the individual cards online for probably cheaper than you can find a box. I'm kind of in that space now. Fernando Tatis Jr. Like, I want his rookie card. I want it. But I'm also like, I'd love to pull it out of a pack, like, but
and I just
5 packs, like, yeah.
And I can't believe the Tatis rookie debut Chrome, is I think raw going. I just sold a Chrome and 2 papers. I did like a 5-card lot, sold it for $50 like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was a good deal. I'm not trying to rob something. I just Just give me a little bling to buy me some Victor Robles or Luis Robert cards.
Yep.
But I looked at that today, and like that card is like $50.
Yep.
And if it's slab over 100, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's a debut. It's a debut card.
Yeah.
It's not even.
Yeah, that's the one I bought. I just bought it probably a week ago. I bought it for $14 or $15, and it's already like doubled in value. And I'm like, all right.
It seems like these guys, from what I'm watching, you correct me if I'm wrong, but basketball in the hobby really does depend on players' performance.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and they get showed love on that.
Yep.
Baseball has traditionally leaned, just because you're a good baseball player doesn't mean you get hobby love.
Yeah.
I mean, there's guys in the Hall of Fame whose cards aren't worth nothing.
Yeah.
Do you see that slowly starting to change here in the last couple of months, weeks? With these new folks like yourself coming over from the perspective of baseball, breaking the rule,
Definitely.
unwritten rule.
I've seen that with like, I think Eloy Jimenez started playing pretty well, and like all of a sudden you start to see his prices go up. And so yeah, man, like I think as long as there's more eyeballs on the game, it's more people watching, especially from the investor perspective. People see someone play well, they're gonna jump on that card. You know what I mean? And the more demand there is for that card, the more people are gonna just continue to raise the price. So it's good. It's gonna keep happening for sure.
Do you collect football too?
I have a little bit of football question, yeah.
On the football, how do you think that's going to turn out this year with the hobby? You know, I'm seeing stuff. I collected football as a kid.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that you just look after the quarterback. You went after everybody that was a star.
Yep.
Now it's like, it seems like it's been the quarterback the last several years, but that may be changing too.
Yeah.
Anything about that?
Yeah, I remember back in the day, like the best cards you could get were like Jerry Rice, Emmitt Smith, and now like it's almost like you got to avoid the wide receivers and the running backs and just focus on the quarterbacks. But yeah, I mean, we will see, man. Like we didn't really get to see kind of the football season happen during this card boom, so now we'll really get to see like, you know, are these running backs and wide receiver values going to go up? And I was thinking about the defensive players too, man. Those guys get no love in the hobby. They might, man. We might see that.
It's going to be interesting. And then one on football, the different products, is it similar with since it's Panini basically running it? Is it the same structure as basketball and the product line on what cards hold the most value?
Yeah,
or wanted?
It's very similar. Football, the color parallels don't do as well. So even in Prism, like the green or the red, white, and blue, they don't do as well as they do in basketball. But yeah, it's pretty much the same stuff. Like Prism, Optic, and that stuff are king, and then everything kind of falls below from there.
Cool. Now, I keep seeing, I don't hear that the prestige. I see a lot of that prestige football still on the shelves.
Yeah.
Is that a lower?
Honestly, I like prestige football. There's an insert in there called Heroes, and those are selling really well. I think people are sleeping on prestige because if you can get a Patrick Mahomes Heroes insert, those are selling for, last time I checked, they were over $50. So, wow. You know what I mean? Or Lamar Jackson is also selling that well. Also, but I think what's turning people off is the fact that the rookie cards are still college cards because they haven't done the rookie photo shoots yet for football.
When they do the photo shoots with their prospective teams, will that then be their true rookie card, or will it still default?
Yep, I think so, man. Honestly, I think so. Typically in the hobby, people avoid those college jersey cards. They do all right. If you have a Patrick Mahomes, obviously college football card, you're doing okay. But it's nowhere near the value of his Chiefs jersey, you know? So, yeah.
Man, that's wild. I'm learning as I'm going. I'm trying to reach out and kind of learn stuff. So I appreciate you sharing knowledge on here, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's why people are kind of avoiding prestige and they're avoiding score right now. So you see a lot of score sitting around as well. It's because people don't want the college cards because they know they're decent right now, but as soon as that NFL jersey rookie card comes out, those are going to sell, you know.
And one other thing I wanted to talk about tonight, because you're going out, you're one of the YouTubers that I watch that they have to actively, like you said, they go out retail.
Yeah.
have you had any stores, because there's a lot of banter and backroom chatter going on about what's going on at Walmart, Target. There's some Target that you got to go to customer service for reducing how many cards you buy. There's called Walmart, some Targets are going to discontinue sports cards.
Yeah.
I know here we've got 3 Walmarts in my city, and they're they still sell sports cards. They don't monitor it. Now we have 1 Target, and you can't get nothing. It's always gone.
Yeah.
Never seen any fights, any problems, nothing. You can't get product. What have you seen in the real world out there?
Yeah. So the last time I got a big hit at a store, I was there with 8 other people. So that's typical right now. Wherever you go, there's a line of people waiting. So I've been driving kind of outside of town and trying to hit some locations that are less popular, but even those are gaining a little bit of traction. But I know the stores don't like it. It's not a good look for them. It's not a good look for them to have people standing around the card. It's not a good look for them because people argue, like if you're there and there's someone ahead of you and that person ahead of you decides to take all the cards, there's really nothing you can do about it, And so people have discussions and they try to talk each other into sharing what's there. And that discussion does not always go well, man. It's messy right now.
I was here first, but I stepped off to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
To get my space.
Yeah, or someone comes up and it's like, you see 6 people in front of you and you're like, hey, am I going to get anything or are you guys going to take it all? And, most people are like,
I'm wondering, is it going to get to the point, because I know the Walmarts here in my city, when the Corona started and people were stealing toilet paper.
Right.
And it's before they put the cattle rail systems. I think all the Walmarts right now to get in and out.
Yeah.
But they hired off-duty police officers.
Yeah.
And the going rate here is $30 an hour.
Yeah.
And they were working the entire day that Walmart was open.
Right.
Keep people from stealing toilet paper. I wonder, is it going to get to a point where they're going to have to do that for sports cards in these locations?
Yeah. I think I've seen it at a few stores in this area, and they're just getting rid of the cards. Like they're just taking them out. It's not worth it to them. Like they don't make that much money on sports cards, Like if they were able to upcharge, maybe they would do it, but they're just selling these for like $5, $10, $15, So it just doesn't make sense for them. If there's issues going on, they're probably more likely to just take the cards out and put puzzles.
Get rid of the problem.
Yeah, which is I don't know what that will mean long term for the hobby. I have no idea, because that's happening at more and more stores.
I don't know what they're going to do, because I know my local card shop said this is the first year his distributor has been authorized to sell retail to the local card shop that Target and Walmart get.
Wow.
And he's marked them up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course they're going to do that. And then it's going to be like, that's scary, man. It's scary. Because of course those guys are going to mark it up. Why would they not,
He's got Topps Chrome, and he's selling it for $278 a hobby box. And I was like, I can go on eBay and get it for like $210, $215 with free shopping. I've heard stories of $200 on Facebook or in Sports Card Investor. People making deals. $278 for a hobby box.
Yeah.
Not a jumbo, a hobby.
Right. The card store near me, close to my house, does the same thing. And I want to support the guy, and I want to show him some love and support local. I'm like, dude, I can't pay that, man. Like,
I can't pay that.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense,
And I think sometimes they forget their window is only about a 2-week period.
Yeah.
That they've got the junk.
Yep.
And then it's out there. And then prices are going to drop.
Straight
they
down.
always do.
Yeah.
The collector knows the weight.
Yep.
People that's been in the hobby, whether it's basketball, soccer, football, we know if we can wait.
Yep.
The guys that are trying to make the Gary V connection
Yeah, dude.
to be the next Gary V, there can only be one Gary V.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to copy him.
Yep.
And they're trying to they're not going to wait. We'll just wait you out.
Yep. I think you're so right, man. There's so many new people coming into the hobby that just really don't understand it, and they're the ones paying these prices for these things, you know, because I wondered that too. I'm like, who would pay that? You know, even the retail, the Chronicles, the NBA Chronicles, or the NBA League, they're on eBay for $120. Like, why would you pay that? You'll never get your money back from any card in that box. And so I'm like, who's paying for that? But it's a lot of these new people who are uninformed, you know.
And 2020 Topps Fire, love it. I haven't cared for it before. This year, I love it.
Yeah.
Hobby box. I mean, they're selling for 120, 130, 140.
Yeah.
I'll wait because you're going to sell it.
Yeah. I just got some today. I just opened some. I just recorded the video. I'm going to post it later. I got the $70 hobby box from Target. I got lucky and got one from somebody else who got it for me. It's fun, man. It's a fun product. But
I love it.
There's not, you're right. There's not a ton of value. Like if you pay over $100 for that thing, you're just not going to get that money back ever.
You're never going to get it back.
No.
Never going to get it back. And then, but man, I really appreciate you being on here tonight, man. It's been great, dude. I'm a fan. Been a fan. Been watching your videos. I'm lucky. I'm able to work from home.
Yeah.
And I put you up on the big screen TV, and I'm over in my little office area over here, and you're one of the guys I watch and listen to as I work.
That's awesome.
Man, I'm fangirling right now.
I appreciate that, dude. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much.
You got anything in closing you want to share?
No, man, just, have fun, enjoy the hobby. I would say really, like, guys, be patient, like, figure out a budget that's comfortable with you and stick with that budget, man. Like, don't go outside your budget, because that's when it really is just not fun. Not fun to lose money. It's not fun to spend too much. Stick to your guns, get creative, and enjoy it, man. Enjoy it.
Awesome. Stay on here. I'll disconnect with everybody here in just a second. Stay on here, and I'll talk to you in just a second if you don't mind.
Cool, yeah.
Hey, everybody, thank you for joining in. We appreciate it. Once again, thank you, everybody that's reached out to me with the thoughts and prayers and supports from the cardboard community. This hobby love. Me and my family really appreciate it. And tonight was my first night back. Thank you, Will, for making it awesome tonight. And you head up, eyes up, head on the swivel. Deuces.
There it is.
We're out.
Peace.